All right, today we're gonna do overview of how to do a pre-trip. We're gonna run through it quickly. It's probably not how long you should honestly take, but we'll give you a good idea how to do a good pre-trip on your truck every morning. So the first thing you want to start with is when you walk up to the truck, look for any leaks, any fluid on the ground, anything like that. So just check. The second thing you want to do is pop the hood, check your fluids, check your belt. Okay, when you're looking in under your hood, check your shocks for any leaks, any springs that are cracked. Also, if you have drum brakes, check to see if there's any missing bolts, cotter keys, anything like that. Loose bolts, leaks on the engine anywhere. Check your belts for any frays. Okay, over on the driver's side again, check for any visible leaks of coolant, oil. Check your belts again on this side for any frays. Check your power steering fluid reservoir right here. Check your coolant and check your oil. On this side, check all your steering components for any looseness, cracks, missing cotter keys, anything like that. So now we're done with the under the hood inspection. We'll go ahead and close the hood. We'll do outside of the cab, then the trailer, and then we'll do the inside. Okay, so we're gonna start on the outside of the truck on the pre-trip. So go ahead and turn your lights on, headlights, brights, and flashers. Some of our trucks are equipped with the tire pressure monitoring system, so we'll check the tires when we do inside of the cab. Other trucks aren't. Always check your tires with this, never with this. Also, when you're doing a pre-trip, take the key out of the truck and put it in your pocket so anybody doesn't get in the truck and drive away while you're underneath trying to look at it. When you're doing a pre-trip, always make yourself a good system and do it the same way every time so you get in a good rhythm. So what I always do, I start at the front of the cab, look to see my headlights are working, clearance lights on top of the cab are working, and then I go down the driver's side and back up the passenger. So you just want to grab everything, check your mirrors are clean. If there's no rust coming from your lug nuts that they're loose, check your tires for any irregular wear. See if your fairings are loose. Then you come back here to where your drive axles are. Again, check your tires for irregular wear, anything like that. If anything's loose bolts, any rubbing hoses or audible air leaks that you can hear. Make sure everything's secured properly back here, your tarps, anything like that. Check your trailer lights as you're going down. Look at all your cross members. Make sure none of those are cracked. Make sure you have mud flaps that are 6 inches from the ground. No higher than 6 inches from the ground. Check your airbags for any leaks, weather cracks, anything like that. Check your shocks for any leaks. Check underneath here. Again, any loose bolts, loose components, just grab, tug, turn everything. Make sure it's right. Loose bushings, all that stuff. Make sure your trailer coupler's connected correctly. While you're under here, check your cross members for your landing gear. Make sure there's no cracks in the supports. This is properly stowed away. the feet aren't bent on both sides. Another thing to check when you're doing a pre-trip is your trailer registration. Most of our trailer registrations are going to be in a box that looks like this. And it's going to be somewhere near the landing legs. Just turn it, pull it off, and check your registration to make sure it's good. Coming down, check to make sure your V-boards are properly secured with a good bungee. It's not cracked or frayed. All your holes in the deck. And always coming down, checking your lights, checking your blinker. Make sure the trailer has tire chains that aren't broke, no broken links. Check your trailer tires for any weird wear. This particular trailer is equipped with the tire inflation system. When you see hoses coming like that, so on your tire inflation systems on your trailer, anytime that light's illumined for more than, I would say, 5 minutes, you've got a leak in your trailer tire somewhere. So whenever that is, get a hold of maintenance and we'll get it taken care of. Okay, if your trailers are not equipped with the tire inflation system, use the gauge to check the trailers. Trailer pressures are always at 100 psi. And again, with your trailer, do the same with your truck. Look for any loose bolts, any leaking brake cans, rubbing hoses, leaking shocks, anything like that. Make sure, again, cotter keys, check your brakes. Your brake pads have to be a 1/4 inch thickness. Airbags for any leaks. Again, rubbing hoses, all that stuff. Check your lights on the back. Make sure everything's working properly. One thing that I think gets missed quite a bit is your license plate light. Always make sure that's working. Good rule of thumb, stick your hand under there when it's daylight. If it's shining on there, obviously it's working. Make sure your license plate is intact and on the trailer, and then just work up the passenger side, doing the same thing. Okay, some of our trailers are equipped with dunnage racks. Make sure they got bungees, or also some of our trailers put dunnage here. Make sure they're secured as well with bungees or ratchet strap or something. On your mud flaps, always make sure that the reflective tape is intact, and on your trailer as well. Check your reflective tape. Okay, so that concludes the exterior. Now we're gonna go in the cab and do the in-cab part of the pre-trip. Okay, so now we've completed our under the hood, our exterior, and now we're gonna do our in-cab. So we're gonna do our air brake test and check our tires, because this truck's equipped with a tire pressure monitoring system. So put the key in, turn the key on, watch your gauges. Make sure they're sweeping like they're supposed to, working correctly. And then go ahead and start the truck. And when you start your truck, make sure all your gauges come up, your oil pressure, all that kind of stuff. Make sure they're all working, your air. So now what we're gonna do is do the air test. We've got our air built up in our primary and secondaries above 100 PSI. So we're gonna turn the truck off. We're gonna apply the brakes. And we're gonna apply the foot pedal with at least 40 pounds. And we're going to watch this gauge for 1 minute. It cannot drop below 4 PSI with the tractor and trailer, and 3 PSI with just your tractor in under 1 minute. Okay, now we've got that complete. We're going to test our low air light warning. That warning should cut on between 60 and 65 PSI. So just apply your brakes, tap your brakes till you can get your air to fall down with the key on. Now we've hit 60 and 65 in our primary and secondary tanks. And as you can see, our low air warning's coming on. Now we need to see if our tractor protection valve works. That should come on anywhere between 20 and 40 psi. So now we'll just tap our brakes again, and these should pop out. Just like that. So that tells us that our air system, our brake system's working properly. Okay, so we'll check the tires on our truck, because this is equipped with the tire pressure monitoring system. So it's on your Qualcomm screen. This is the main screen. We'll go over one and we'll come to vehicle diagnostics. Just touch that. Brings up a picture of your truck with your tires. Green means good, orange is a little down, red's flat. So you could check it this way, you could check it on the table. So that would be axle 1. Those are our 2 steer tire pressures, our front axle and our rear axle. The other thing you could do is come back to this image and touch the tire. Tells you what the pressure is and the temperature. So that's the way to check your tires if you have a tire pressure monitoring system on one of our trucks.